So in this video, I'll be showing you how I made $35,000 with appointment setting. Now, let's actually break down the process. First stage you need to actually take is learn the sales foundation. It's simple. Learn the sales foundation. And what's the sales foundation? Go through a program, go through training, YouTube. Watching this on YouTube right now. You may be watching it on Facebook. You're watching on Facebook, head over to YouTube. You need the sales foundation. You need to understand how sales work. You need to understand objection handling, tonality, all those stuff. If you need like a full course, I have a full course in the description. If you're watching this on Facebook, DM me the word course, and I'll give you access to a full free course completely for free. But let's actually jump straight into it now. Once you learn the sales foundation, once you understand what sales is, you can definitely go through the basics and stuff like that. Now, for me, the route I actually chose was DM appointment setting and DM closing. And the reason why I chose appointment setting and DM closing was it was super easy. Now, I tend to work with inbound leads. Which works best for me. You could do this with outbound, definitely makes sense. I did this with inbound, like 80% was basically like 70% inbound, and I also had like outbound some because for you to actually hit KPIs most of the time, you have to blend the two. So outbound, inbound, I was actually doing more. Now, the process I actually use and I still use till now is I have my own product, right? I still partner with businesses. Here, get the word. I partner with businesses, and I also um basically most is partnership with businesses. So I have my own product and I partner with businesses. And I also have a B2B offer. All right. But this is just what I do with appointment setting. Now, partnership is different from getting hired. You need to get this because most of you guys hop into this space and you're just looking for a job. It's good, but for me, I was looking for partnership, but not though come work for me for free now. I was working like huge. If I'm going into a business, I'm expecting like 20%, 20%, a huge commission checks and stuff like that. Now, apart from that, I also like crafted like affiliate offers. I kind of call them drop courses or drop kind of not drop servicing, similar to drop servicing, but I was doing all the dropping of digital services, like drop products, drop digital products, or drop servicing and stuff like that. Because what I would do was to find like a product for like $300, $500, around that range from like 300, 200, $500, and take double the price, right? I double the price and then I add do some add-ons. So if I find a product, go through it, check what is missing, run it through ChatGPT. What can I add on to this product? Oh, it needs a checklist. It needs this. Oh, these are some AI prompts. There's a Notion templates. This and this. I add some add-ons to the product and then add up the price. Right. So if I'm actually like selling like let me give you guys a scenario basically. Find a fitness offer, right? Find a fitness offer, go through the program. I saw it was actually selling this. Notice it was just a course, all right? People needed like a tracking sheet and something like that. Went over to Notion, found a couple of templates. I know how to build Notion templates and I know how to edit Notion templates. Found this template that was actually a tracking sheet for fitness. I was able to edit it to the brand, right? Definitely lost a lot of data. But I will definitely show you guys how to find all this stuff. If you guys want like a full in-depth video, I'll show you guys how to do it. Now, found this template and then broke down the templates, like re-edited the template into re-edited the templates for the people signing up to that program. So it's super easy. Someone buys a program on say fitness and you give them a template to help them, like a diet template which help them to plan their diet, and a diet and a fitness tracking, basically fitness tracking template for their exercise and everything. You give them that template as a add-on. Funny part, those templates can usually cost like 5, 10, 20, $50. All right. And you can definitely sell them for higher because you rebrand them, right? You rebranded them, not just change the logo. I add some add-ons to it. I know how to work in templates. Add it on to the course, and you definitely have a double the price course, right? So you can now take a $300 course and sell it for six, $700, right? And guess what? You're not making 10%, 5%. You're making as high as 50% it's a 60% commission. Checks. That's how I basically like navigate this space. Now the next thing I actually do, basically the next thing I actually do is the webinar stuff. I do webinars, right? So I host webinars for businesses. So I do webinar setting. So I do webinar setting. Now in webinar setting, it's quite different. What do I do is I a business reach out to me. They want to host a webinar. They don't they don't want to spend money on marketing, right? Although I am the one to actually pitch this out to businesses. And I'm like, host webinars without actually spending money on marketing. I find a community for these people. Like this is like where appointment setting is definitely heading to. If you learn this stuff, you can definitely make a whole lot of money, like a whole lot of money, if you learn how to do webinar appointment setting. And all you're basically doing is just getting people to a webinar or using the free routes. Now, the business does not need to spend a dime on marketing, right? You host the whole webinar for them using organic stuff. Now, let me basically break this down because this is where a huge chunk of the money actually came from. Not a huge chunk, basically a certain percentage actually came from, and it's super easy. Now, what you basically do with this is first you find a company, you find a product. Basically, you find a product or service offer to partner with. So that's the first thing you actually do. You find a offer or product or service to partner with. To partner with. Now, once you actually partner with them, the next thing you want to do is to understand the products. Run it through ChatGPT, understand the products. Next thing is to find communities around this offer, right? So you find for the communities around this product or service. So it's a fitness offer, join a lot of fitness groups and communities and stuff like that. If it's like a real estate offer, join a lot of real estate groups, real estate offer. Join a lot of these communities and start dropping value posts. The reason why you want to do this, for me, what I do is I build out a community for this business. But if it's like a fast action stuff to show them how it works, I just join communities. But in the back end, I'm also building communities for them. Because once you're building communities, they can now run these webinars on steroid, like continuously, without actually having a problem of, oh, it's not really working, or we can't really find leads and stuff like that. So, but first thing, if you're doing this, you don't know how to create a community from scratch. For me, I have been able to grow not one, but over six communities on Facebook with over 80,000 members. So I know really how to grow communities on Facebook. Now, but for before you go to route of running or creating communities, you join communities. But one thing most admins have is like they're kind of strict. So you need to penetrate these communities and be in the soft spot of the admins, right? Most people like see reach out to the admins. Some admins are not really that kind of people you want to reach out to. So you want to start creating value posts. Like you could they can definitely take like it doesn't the webinar host doesn't actually just happen in one day. I might take like 2, 3, 4 days, maybe one whole day. I just take is to study the group. That's what I do. I study the group. I understand the patterns. I understand what people are doing, what people are posting, what they don't like, what they like. I understand the group. I see comments that are actually being allowed. And by the way, you can't really post in a group till like maybe like 48 hours. Some groups like 24 hours before you can actually make a post. So I usually use like the first 3 days, strategize on what I'm going to post, how I'm going to penetrate the group. But one thing I always do is like after the first 24 hours, I try to drop a comment first to see if I'm actually restricted. If you're not restricted, you start dropping comments, value comments, and start penetrating the groups gradually. Right? Gradually. Now, once you've penetrated a couple of groups in this specific niche, you start creating value posts, and definitely creating value posts, which is definitely very easy. If you understand the person's product and they have some copy, you can actually use that to create value posts. Oh, how real estate basically it has to tally with like what the intending webinar is definitely going to be. So you start creating value post. So create value posts, then you can actually like invite people to the webinar. It's You can start inviting people that like your value post, comment on your value post, and you can start like sending DMs, right? You can start like send DMs. So you can, but this is what I do before I actually do just the value post. I also do two stuff, not just value posts. I also do lead magnet post, but always make it not too salesy that you get like, oh, this guy's trying to sell people in the DM. I'm giving out something completely for free. Who wants access? Oh, we recorded a 5-hour training and you can actually get access to it. Invite people over to the DM, right? And be like, okay, I'm going to give you access to the training, but by the way, how would you like to watch it live? Okay, sign up for the webinar. It's really not that hard, right? Now, for all the stuff that are coming into your DM, right? The people that you send you DM, and basically they'll send you DM. It could definitely be like inbound or outbound. So let's just put DM convo. But this is where your skill as an appointment setter and closer actually comes in place, because you need to actually know how to converse with them in the DM. And once you do know how to converse with them in DM, you can then book them on a call. But here, you're not booking them on a call, you're inviting them to a webinar. But make sure, usually, what I tell the businesses that I work with that are using strategy is to not have like long ass webinars. And most businesses do not have the time of hosting webinars every single day. So we might have once a week, which one is actually live, and the rest we have evergreen webinars. Because the reason why most people actually fall off, like if you're having a webinar that's going to happen in 2 weeks, people that register the first 3 days are going to definitely fall off. Only a few people that are very strongly interested and like this is it, we actually show up, but most people actually fall off. Where you get a lot of people registering for the webinar, but a lot of people falling off. So I usually recommend evergreen webinars. They work long ass webinars, but they should be structured in a way that they are looking like a webinar, not like a VSL. You get these people to register for this webinar. Maybe the webinar, as the register, happens like 3 hours, 2 hours, something like that, or the next day, something like that. So you get them to register for the webinar, and guess what? Now, the business owner needs to actually know how to speak to crowd, which is definitely not hard for them to learn, and definitely something they can actually easily do. Just speak for 1 2 hours, ask questions, get people's questions answered, and guess what? You can actually get these businesses to host these webinars, right? Get these business owners to host these webinars and have like admin section. So most of these webinars right now, they host the webinar, and only you can only chat with the admin on the live, right? But the admin will call in names, but you can only chat to the admin, and then you can be in the inbox there chatting with all the people on the live. So if they have a question, you can answer it. They have this, you can answer it, right? Now, by the end, if the business owner is selling something, it makes sense. But what I always tell them is to do is at the end, not to sell anything, but to book people on a call. Now, you can imagine you have like 100 people, 100 people, right? Show up on a webinar, and you have like 1%, or let's basically say like 2 3%, um, or 5%, actually like booking a call, three actually close. Imagine how much you can actually make, right? So let's say 10% actually booking a call. So we have 10 booked calls, 10 booked calls. And let's say the product they're selling actually costs like 5K, right? This is a real estate coaching offer and it costs like 5K. And we have like 3 sales. Basically, they'll say they have like a 30% close rate. So three sales, 3 sales for this, which means you have actually brought the business owner how much? 15K. This is how easy it is. I mean, you can invite as many people as possible to a webinar, right? It's super easy, especially when you're in the right group and right community. you can invite as many people as possible to a webinar. I mean, as many people as possible to a webinar. Maybe how to take care of your pets. Join pets groups, invite these people to a webinar. When they're on the webinar, they watch this webinar and then they book a call. Business owner, they have closes that closes them. Now you can be partner up and take a rev share of over 20%. You can take a rev share as high as 20%. And if you're taking a rev share of 20% here, it means that your take home here is $3,000. Now, in actual appointment setting, do you even smell this amount, right? This is how much you will actually make if you did this. Let's make this green. Let's make this bold. Now, this is how easy it is for you to actually get this amount of money. Now, there's also DM. This is a webinar setting. Now, appointment setting, on the other hand, I just interact and I close people. Then I have the next business which I used, which is the sales channel, and it's a software business we use to basically scale this up and get people to land roles. And we also get some amount of commissions. I think we made like I think $10,000 from this actually came from the sales channel and helping people to actually connect with roles and stuff like that. Now, this is very effective. And let me break down the process we use for the sales channel. Even if you find a low ticket offer or whatever you're selling, it's super easy. So we have an offer that actually costs I think like 597, right? 597. And then what we basically do is we have a community on Facebook, a large community. We create posts, create this, create that. People then sign up, right? Once people sign up to this stuff, is the process is super easy. Let me basically break down the funnel for you guys. I'm actually showing you the exact funnel behind the scenes, right? Apart from this, like a huge percentage, like over $25,000 was made through the webinar setting for businesses and for other stuff. But from sales channel, we basically did like 10K. And let me basically break down the process. First thing we actually do is we create value posts. Then we have lead magnet posts. Basically, I have CTA posts. I kind of call them CTA posts because they're not really lead magnets, right? Okay, then we also have like lead magnet posts too. Now, all these posts get people to two places. Now, the first place they get people to is my DM, and the next place they get people is to the website, right? People watch it. They need to land a position, which we've actually helped over 100 plus individuals land positions last year directly and indirectly. Now, once they get hopped onto this page, they watch the whole VSL, basically have like a VSL, right? Now, even in my DM conversation, I just ask them a few questions and I send them to a VSL. They watch the VSL and then they sign up if they are interested. Like that's the whole funnel. Value post, DM convo, website, VSL, sign up. It's that easy, right? Most people ask me like, oh, what does my DM convo look like? First few questions I ask them is to know where you're from, what level of experience you have you done this before, how long have you been looking for a role? Okay, this is how we can help you. Watch the VSL. You watch it. How can I sign up? They ask a few questions to clarify and they sign up. I really don't do too much because when I always say if you have a good product that you're selling the value, right, that actually solves people actual problem, which the sales channel do, you it's not difficult for you to sell. And this is where the webinar setting comes in place. Now, before I basically build out the webinar settings for other businesses, guess what? I did it for myself. Now, the webinar setting basically came for myself, running it for myself. I had a large group, created webinars, got people to the webinars, pitched people at the end. People bought the sales channel. And I was like, okay, this works. Let me try it out with a business. tried it out with a business and it worked for them, and tried it out with other people. And I'm actually showing you guys right now. It's really not rocket science to actually make money with appointment setting or DM closing. Now, for this, the sales channel, I do completely DM closing. For this, right, I kind of do webinar setting, and okay, I still make money from appointment setting. So I have like a few offers. I just hop in the DM, do a couple of interactions, booking calls for them, and then make money from that. Like, it's really not hard, but for them, I actually work with inbound leads for those businesses, completely inbound leads. Only part I do like outbound is in the webinar setting, because now I don't really care about people. I'm caring about the amount of people I can bring to the web call, amount of people in that niche I could bring to the call. Now, how can you actually do this for yourself? First thing you want to do is you pick a niche, then you find a business you want to partner with, and then you can start finding communities, and then you can start making value posts, commenting, interacting, finding prospects. The process is super easy. For me, I have a large community right now, but if you want me to break it step by step on how you can actually do it for yourself, drop it in the comments or send me a direct message. And I'll break down, I'll create a separate video breaking down step by step how you, even without a community, can do this for yourself. By the way, if you want to check out the sales channel, it's an all-in-one platform that helps you land positions, and you want to get in partnership and you want to learn exactly the back end on how to do this by yourself, right? I'll handhold you, walk you through the process, give you my private WhatsApp number. You can check out the sales channel by down below. And also, if you're looking for a sales position, you're struggling to find a sales position, I've created a 7-part free course down below. Click on it, sign up. You get access to 7-part free course. Shows you how to use Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all these platforms to find high quality sales roles and work with them.